Welcome to the tool review channel. Today we're taking a look at the Klein Tools dual wire stripper and cutter for a solid wire. Now the model number for this tool is 11048, and you are able to strip two 12 gauge wires, two 14 gauge wires, and one 10 gauge wire with this tool, all of them being solid. So to start off with, as you can see, you have a nice pair of yellow handles on the tool. Now this isn't your typical Klein handle, I would say, for a pair of wire strippers or a pair of pliers. It's kind of a mix-up between the comfort grip handles and the dipped handles. It's like this really soft plastic that has a lot of texture to it, which it does feel good in your hand. And as you can see on both sides of the handle, top and bottom, you have the Klein Tools name stamped on there, and it also is like that on the back as well. And then you have USA on each side as well. This tool is made in the USA. And then coming up to the front of the tool, it is all stamped onto the tool, which is real nice. As you can see right here, never using a live circuit, and we're always wear approved eye protection. And you got your model number right there, which is 11048, and then you have your spring right there. Now the one thing I do wish this tool had was a lock, so you could lock up the tool when you weren't using it for storage and not just have it spring wide open. And then coming up to here, you can see you have your cutting shear right here, which is nice. And then you also have a looping hole right there and a looping hole right there as well. And like I said, this tool is meant to strip two 12 gauge conductors, two 14 gauge conductors at the same time, and then you can strip one 10 gauge conductor right there. So that's pretty much it. The back of the tool is pretty much the same, just the rivets about different. That's really about it. So overall, that is the general look of the tool. So now we'll zoom out here and we'll get to some of the functionality of the tool. So we're going to first start off with some 14-2 Romex wires. So this is two 14 gauge wires. So you're going to line up the wire in the two stripping holes, which are right there. You want to select the amount of length of wire. All you got to do is push down and slightly release, and you are able to strip the wires to the exact same length. As you can see right there, the wires are the same length. We'll do that one more time. So we'll use a little shear right there. We'll cut both of those wires off at the same time. As you can see, it has no problem doing that. So all you got to do is just line up the two 14 gauge holes right there and put your wire in, grip down on them, and then you should be able to pull off that insulation. As you see, no problem. And now we'll split those wires apart and we'll test out the looping function of the tool. So as you can see, it does make quite a good loop with the wire, or with this 14 gauge wire, as you can see right there. It does make quite a nice loop right there. So that was the 14-2 Romex wire, which is just two 14 gauge solid wires together with a ground wire as well. So we'll get that out of there and we'll bring some 12-2 with ground in. So we'll just line up the two 12 gauge wires. And then we should be able to pull off the insulation. As you see, it goes flying into the background, and those two wires are shipped to the exact same length, which is pretty nice. And all we'll do is we'll do that one more time. So we'll just cut those conductors off, and all you gotta do is line it up, push down, and pull it. And you see it pulls off the insulation, no problem. Sent it flying off into the background. But as you can see, those wires are shipped to the exact same length. So overall, we'll get all this stuff cleared out from the background. So overall, this is definitely a nice pair of wire strippers from Klein Tools. I would say it's mainly for if you're working with a lot of Romex, or if you're working with a lot of solid conductors, maybe wiring up some outlets or some switches, things of that nature, and you want to strip your wires to the exact same length for every time, so you're not having to cut a little bit off every time. These are definitely going to be for what these are definitely going to be what you're looking for. Now, I will say, I do find that the blade on here, as you can see, after a couple of uses, it kind of looks like it's got a slight damage to it. Maybe it kind of folded over. That's a little bit weak, so that is kind of a downside of this tool. And again, I wish the tool would feature a lock so you could lock it shut to put it in your tool bag without it just springing wide open. Those are really my only two complaints with this tool. Other than that, it's a pretty nice tool. Like I said, it was made in America, which is always a plus for me. You know, I like made in America tools, but that's really going to do it for this review. So I will leave a link to this tool in the description below if you would like to pick one up. The link will take you straight over to Klein's website, where you can find an online retailer that sells this tool, or you can also look up a local distributor near your location that also sells this tool. It's not relatively that expensive. It's like $15, $20, something like that. Definitely a good price tool, especially if you're, like I said, if you're going to be working with a lot of Romex and you want to ship it to the exact same length. Definitely look at picking up this tool. That's all I have for this review. So thank you for watching, and if you are new to the channel, please feel free to hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. I try to upload a video at least once a week. And if you did enjoy this review, please remember to give it a thumbs up. That'll also help out the channel a lot. But that's all I have, so thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next video to be uploaded.